Hello there. On tonight's stream, I'll be taking part in the virtuslo.cc Runda ride. This is one of the longest weekly events on RGT, 62.9 kilometers, about 400 meters of climbing, so it's generally pretty flat. See on the route profile at the bottom there, a couple of small bumps in the middle and a little bump afterwards. Doesn't look like anything too strenuous. Using this as a bit of a warm-up for the Project Echelon race in a couple of weeks' time. Just kind of get a bit more mileage in the legs. Some longer races. The Echelon race is 73k, so this is approaching that. But the Echelon race is 1,300 meters of climbing, so a fair bit of additional climbing compared to today's race. But hopefully not going to be hitting it too hard. Trying to stick in the pack. Looks like there's a good turnout. There was about 65 or so signed up. This is a Slovenian cycling club that hosts this. They do on every Wednesday based on real world courses. So using the Magic Road feature this evening. A couple minutes out from the start. They join in today, so just getting my legs over a little bit, warm them up. Not sure if this is a proper race or a fast group ride, we shall see. I will make sure I'm prepared for the start though, just in case it does go off at race pace. Hopefully it will settle down. Being a longer event today, I imagine it won't be a full 4 watts a kilo or more on the front. And being quite flat should be a good opportunity just to hopefully sit in. And if you are watching on the live stream, do feel free to say hello in the messages. Keep me company. This will probably be about a 90-minute effort or so. Just reading in the group chat there, it looks like it's going to be pretty fast. Right from the start, pan flat. What the organisers saying there, so just going to that group coast along. Hi Mark, tuning in. Got my chat box on the screen. Again, that's a bit annoying. Not sure what's going on with that. I can't see your messages. I've got those up. Right, 5 seconds to set it off. Oh, there we go. Get into this draft then. Make the most of that. Huge variety of kits on here now. A couple of new kits there I don't recognise. There we go. All back together after the start. Yeah, like we're going not too hard on the front. Poor old Rosie there, doing us along. There's a couple of bots involved. "73 riders in this event. That would include the bots. Not sure how many there are, but that's a good turnout. So there were 64 signed up, so I imagine most of that 73 are real riders. So yeah, not full on race pace, just cruising at 35 kilometers an hour. This was a trick, we'd be up over 40. And like 2, 3 watts a kilo. So yeah, just a nice, decent pace at the minute. Not too strenuous. Did do the Swift Racing League yesterday, that was the team time trial, so that was a pretty full on effort. So I'm glad it's not full speed ahead today. Got a bit of a chat with the there now, still not quite sure why that's not working. So many settings to play around with. Oh, there's a nice little spin today, this is lovely. I have lined up to do the team time trial effort tomorrow as well. Streaming that tomorrow evening. 30 dishes coming back after missing week 2. And we've also got a new rider joining us as well, so hopefully he'll be strong. Rob Cumine, another Aussie. It's me and 3 Aussies tomorrow. We did suggest that we change our name to Blitzers and the Convicts. Ooh, bit of a here. We'll get back on. Ooh. Got away from me a little bit there. Too busy chatting, not paying attention. Oh, that was just a little downhill. Came out of nowhere. I practiced all the way. All good though now, all back together. This slight little bump. right home about. Little gentle rise. It's going to be fairly comfortable until that first climb, 25k in or so. But we're going to see some efforts put in, I would imagine. Actually, it might split a little bit. Try and conserve the energy till then. Watch here, they've got a little downhill coming. Bit up ahead, the screen falling away. Have a bit of fun, stretch it out a little bit. Got a big blob. Yeah, that white and blue kit with a bit of what looks like camo directly behind me, that's a new kit. I don't think I've seen that in game before. Maybe one of the Project Echelon team kits. Like the other one's Vive France. Restart Racing just to my left there. The herd just come in front of me there, the blue and the lime green. You can see their kit on RGT. Exclusive to RGT, I believe. Not available on Swift. Other platforms are available. There's a few riders from the herd getting more involved with RGT. They've got a group ride every Friday. In the evening, 6 p.m. They get a good turnout for that. It's the casual end of the week. Next in, 6 till 7 p.m. UK time. Which actually feeds quite nicely into the WKG Friday Night Flyer. That's normally a 15 to 20 minute race, depending on the course each week. This week it's a rerun of the Vive France Stage 1 Prologue. It's a mass start time trial, about 20 minutes, 20 to 25. No drafting. You against the clock. That's this Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. Probably be giving that one a miss. Mostly because I'll be riding in the morning that day. Doing a bit of echelon recon. So the next amateur race is a week on Saturday. Tour de Gila. Not quite sure how you pronounce it. I think it might be Spanish. And that is a 73-kilometre route with about 1,000 metres of climbing within the final third. And that's based on the real Tour de Gila. It's normally a 3-day event. But for the amateurs, they're just utilising part of the day 3 course. And then the following weekend will be a 3-day event for the Pro Series. They will cover the whole course. Well, I say the whole course, it might be slightly truncated each day. But I think the whole thing's 3 to 4 hours worth. Yeah, that race is going to be 2 hours for the amateurs. So quite a long indoor race. That's good, mixing it up, something different. the normal crit race. I think the longest race I've done on RGT, well, some of the Vituslo.cc stages were about 2 hours of mountain climbing. More of a stage race like this, that was probably about 75 minutes. So, other than this race, there's not much of that length really. It'll be interesting to see what these tactics are. Whether they push out early. Might even be a breakaway, which is quite rare in e-racing. Probably be a bit more relaxed initially, a bit like this race. Just because people know there's such a distance to cover. Things like nutrition will start to come into it as well. Over that distance, you'll be looking at 2,000, 2,500 calories. Plenty of fluid intake. Try and keep those energy levels up. Just cruising, there you go, just around about 40k. Nothing outrageous. The front barely touching for. So you could do some team tactics. And a couple of riders up the road, get some TV time. All the echelon races are live streamed with the amateur as well as the pros. That's more of a broadcast type thing with commentators, not just people like me streaming their position. The live broadcast will cover all the categories, men's and women's. Mainly focusing on the front of the race, I think. But with commentary. That will probably be, well, there we go. What's the Blackburn? Bit of a flyer off the front. I think he is one of the stronger riders. I'm sure I'll race against him in echelon. Blackburn, of course. I think he rode in the Pro Series possibly. Even now, look, getting a nice draft here. Just sat in second, third wheel. Bit of a counter. Still bunched. Nothing's going to stick. You're going to go, you've got to go full beans. Still too big at the minute. I think we'll be looking at around about an hour and a half, a little bit more. Yeah, probably about an hour and a half. We'll 11k in about 15 minutes. bumps to come, they'll slow us down. As the back dwindles, we'll also lose a bit of momentum. But I'm what, 28th, 30th. Still a few riders behind me. We've got 35 in this group. Quite stretched out, 30 metres front to back. Up over 5 on the front. Always in the stretch. Don't need to worry about just yet though. Cruise back here at 2. Save my legs for that first hill. Probably 150 metres maybe climbing on there. Only 400 metres in total. Probably even less than that, 150 on that hill. Going to be a 3-4 minute effort. Great to see such a good turnout. Good variety of nations. Each country well represented. Americans, Brits, Swedes, Germans, all represented as well. We can get slow burn this one. So yeah, 36 in this group. Definitely all the way through to the front. No need to push. Got a good 10k out from the hill. Just open up that grass even. Probably pull me along. Without falling off the back. Pace has picked up a little bit, 44 average for the first 20 minutes. Quite sure they've worked that out. Speed equals distance over time, I guess. Pace has been lifted on the front again there, 5-6 watts a kilo. Stretching it back out. Over back up again. No sustained efforts on the front. Yeah, snap the elastic yet. Nice and steady. Just sort of trying to prepare for the echelon a week on that day. First one was on the Paterberg 6 laps, which didn't really suit me. Hoping I could do a bit better on the second one. Or put a sustained effort rather than short, sharp efforts. Paterberg, I feel that really drains my legs. Yeah, just trying to get a bit more volume in, got a few longer rides. This is ideal, really. Not too taxing. Good distance. Got a couple of little intervals up those hills. Just to open the arms, legs and lungs up. I guess this is much like a normal road race, just without the breakaway up the front. We're just cruising, enjoying the scenery. Some moto cam on, getting amongst the action in the bunch. A good angle, isn't it? Right down in the action. Sneaking our way through there. Bit of a shoulder barge there. The guy in yellow fighting his way through. The drone shot. Good for the green time trial, apparently, this shot, this angle. Not too keen on it for racing because you can't really see what's up the road. Can't keep an eye on breakaways or what the train's doing. This third person shot pretty much better view up the road. This one, if you're at the back, this is no good for racing, you can't see anything. It's kind of fun, but if someone goes off the front, you haven't got a clue. Unless you are on the front, of course. It doesn't really matter what your view is. Right, so messing around with the cameras. I need to concentrate. Yeah, nice long race in the Esther. Makes a bit of a change. And this first bit, some people might say it's a bit boring, but actually it's wearing you down a little bit. You've got to stay focused. Easy to drop a wheel, fall off the back, and that's it, your race is done. The mental game as much as the physical game, this race. Well, I'm going to try and push it up the hills. We've got this first climb in about 4 or 5k. I'm going to try and whittle down the pack a bit, improve my odds in the sprint. Down here, 5%. And if I can get it 36 riders down to 20 riders at the end, it's going to improve my odds. Oh, a bit of a climb here. That. A chance just to stretch it out a little bit. Maybe drop 1 or 2 riders on that a little bit. There we go, look. Lose concentration, lose the pack, and you're dead in the water. You see on the little elevation chart at the bottom, the little white dots. The little one just behind the big white one, showing that separation. People are just trying to get back on. This is some teammates would be good. The takedowns on the front, putting a bit of pressure on. Don't want to go too hard on my own though. So we're at 36 riders in that pack. Don't know, we're 29, but 7 shed just on that little bump. 7 pure riders from each back can within a sprint to the finish. Can't finish first, but that's your first finish. Like that mistake before, got dropped halfway through, lost concentration, you're gone. Can't be thinking about that finish line until the last couple of Ks, especially on a flattish running like this. Keep drinking, keep the fluids up. There's a few names I recognise. Leaderboard, Simmons, Richmond, he's a pretty decent sprinter. Alex, who's got a good kick on him. Reno, Peanut, Personal, all solid riders. And then a lot of names not really come across. Might be big climbers. We shall see. Looks like the pace is just picking up a little bit. Maybe getting excited just before the hill. Save some energy for tomorrow. Team time trial attempt with 30 dishes. MRET 3 Copenhagen. Managed by Magic Roads Events. 27.3 kilometre effort tomorrow. I've chosen Thursday because that's when it works for people. Of course, you can go anytime you like. Beauty of it. Schedule your attempt to suit your time, your calendar. It'll be tomorrow evening for me. Friday morning for the Aussie contingent of the team. Fairly flat course. There's a nice long straight 7.5k trip field. Gives us a chance to really utilise that draft, that pace line. Get the teams that get that right will do well on the course. Right, the hill's coming into view now. See it just up ahead. See it. More elevation chart, top right corner. A couple of people looking to break out, pick up that pace. Try and sit near the front, make sure I don't get dropped in the little splits. Like the steepest bit at the beginning, and it eases up. Make sure I'm in the back, maximising that draft, not out on the side. Okay, wrapping up now, 6%. Try and keep it tempo in a good position. Nothing out now. Not quite at the top. Looks like a decent split. Yeah, much smaller pack now. Twelve or 13 or so. Last downhill coming up. Yeah, no, I didn't get dropped. Rest up too much. It'll happen. Keep the speed in check. So I got caught on that last corner. You just pick up speed on these downhills. That's good. Bit of interval. recovery now. Yeah, I'm just back on. So I'm going to settle down a little bit, I imagine. Sort of fragmented behind. Right to put the big enough group there to come back. Especially with the pace of the amount of this staying quite high. Fours and fives. Well, only just went for halfway, but there's the yellow banner. 43.5 minutes to halfway. It will be a long one. But some of the crit races have been an hour and 10. That next one looks a bit shorter, maybe a bit steeper. Straight up and down. And I get dropped at the top. That path will be set quick. A little steep drop coming up. Got to be alert. Body on. He's already up to 60, just jumps like that, 45 up to 60 kph. Put 5 meters back. You just lose that draft in an instant. Those little bumps don't really show up at the bottom. See the dark blue and the light blue, longer descents. This is an average. It's little short but sharp bumps up and down. Just catch you off guard. So far so good. I was absolutely dying up that last time. Comfortably back. So hopefully the same again. Up the next red one. And it's green and yellow all the way. On the left you can see greens and blues or a couple of yellows. We're just cruising along. A little bit of an effort now, a bit of a bump coming up. Just a little tug on the front. Ease it along. Stretch it out there. touch, oh god. Make them work hard to come back if they can. What's the kilo, so 30 metres back. Corner will help them. Wheels slow down. Still there, look, just dangling. Main dangle. Just getting tired. Burning some matches. Soften those legs. There they are, they're back now. Just from that little dig. That hill looked innocuous. It looked like it would be dangerous. Got strung out enough that someone got dropped. Have to work hard to come back. You ride in before the hill. Second hill, this is going to be make or break. That really sprung out behind people still on the first one. But yeah, long ride, so people are just in it, can cruise it. What with group ride effort. At the front, we're racing each other. Rule number one apparently of the Runda is there are no rules. I was tempted to drop my weight, but I haven't. Don't worry. You see me on the climbs, I'm not a lightweight. Like riding up on Dartmoor, local area. Big open green landscape, a few hills, well, lots of hills. Some granite. Many people about. About 400 metres to that hill, I reckon. See it, small elevation chart. Shows pretty much next kilometre. Yeah, 350 metres, I'm not too far away. I didn't attack off the front there. That Blackburn that's he's come back on, I didn't recognise him. Numbers. Oh, that was a tasty hill. Got one or two. Blackburn seemed to come back at us and disappear. Not sure where he went. I think he made quite a strong effort to get back across, and he just timed it wrong. Stuck in no man's land. Those two bumps have softened up the legs. Two-thirds of the race done. Got a big lead. All that training's paying off. Coming up to the hour mark, so we'll be under an hour and a half today's race. Good. still there in the paint angle zone. Which is a bit further back, though, slipping away now, 400 metres. We were, what, 37? About 29 before the first hill. I think we lost 1 or 2 over the second hill. I thought this will be the group that makes it to the end, barring any silly mistakes. We can make it up those hills. Should make it over the rest. We wonder if there'll be any group attacks. Team tactics is something that is making its way into RGT now. A little hill look. Boxed in a bit, yeah, breaking through. The little ones you've got to look out for. Creep up on you. A little bump coming up in about 800 metres, followed by a little drag. Rolling terrain now to the finish. Reattest that interval training. No longer 5-minute efforts, but short, sharp 1-minute efforts. I get a bit of a slingshot to this hill. A bit early. I'm going to be up this one. I'm going to lay it down. I just let them come back to me. So I recover. I'll get in the draft. There we go. much. Sharp peak coming up. Liz. Up and over. Good recovery. Oh, that was tricky. I was trying to stay in the draft. I kept popping out to the side. It makes a big difference. Right, 3/4 of the race done. Got to stay vigilant now. Don't like there's any more red zones, green and yellow for the finish. No one dropped over that last hill. Oh, maybe, but down to 10 now. It's improving all the time for this sprint. It's dangerous. Get dropped in the corner. People got half an eye on the finish now. Yeah, this is the group. No more hills to drop people. Oh, it's coming back at us from here. About 20 minutes of riding left. I've been staying hydrated. I'm going to stay mentally fresh. couple of small inclines coming up, and then gently downhill for 5k to the finish. Looks like a little bump, maybe 750 from the line. Looks like there's a little kicker on the elevation chart at the bottom right there. Might not be much, just being up. Sometimes it's just a little bit like that. Someone sees. Try to go long. Nice, straight to the inside of that corner there. Oosh. I'm not quite sure what the finish does in terms of any bends. But also for our stamina works, of course. A few people just putting a few efforts in on the front, just trying to keep everyone alert. Cops have done quite a bit of work today. Head over the second climb. Pushing it along at 5. There's a few little gaps forming there. Then dive to the outside. Way into the corner, there we go. Right line. Twists and turns, just keeping it lively. Keeping on in that position. Do several bite bends on the outside. Don't want to be too far back. But know how much energy people have got left. You're following. Just drop. Right, the bumps coming up then. Stiff focused. Good positioning. Maximise that draft. 2%, 850 meters. Real red numbers there. I'm really driving it. Which is fine by me. Inside 10 to the finish. Slipstream. For the tax. Really, I didn't go hard enough for long enough. It'll come back. It's a slightly stronger hand. Just a little opportunity. A few watts. Nine, but still 10. One more tiny bump. And we can start thinking about the finish. Not like those names here. If I say Bushman's probably one that stands out. Green has been improving his sprint. I think he got fourth. Better tank than last night. Kilometre back to the rest of them. One coming up. Just got to stay alert. Three of you might get away from here. On your own, which will be a little bit too big. Push it over the top. Oh, no one's biting. Oh, little drop. Being fairly smooth. Of course. Good job. We're going to put the GPX together. Inside the last 10% now. 5k to go. What a false start, really. A bit in front and then ease in. Like 8%. I'm happy to bide my time for a bit longer. Yeah, back together. Got a little dig there to see who responded. Anyone would come over the top of me, but since it caught me, they eased up. Bushman was straight on me though. Under 2 miles in old money. 3k new money. That's Sinkovic. Weigh it up, 5-6 watts a kilo. Comes up and then drop right off. I think he's going. His Jesus up. Just a little dig there. I actually just saw him off the back. Thought I'd do a little dig. Luckily I was gearing up as he came past. Getting tense now. Just gonna sit here, keep an eye on people. Gives me a good draft if I do need to launch. Okay to go. There's the banner. Plan Rouge. Bit windy. That's a little bump as well to contend with here. Go, go, go! Oh, 6 maybe. I don't rush my feet. I eased off, so I was going to hit the front too early. Never mind. Good race. Pretty close in the end. Second for the top 10 to 60k. Oh, decent, decent ride. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Keeping me company. Yeah, slightly messed up that sprint. Maybe should have just powered through. That's a bit too much to do. Oh, that was a good race, though. Well done, everyone. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Team time trial tomorrow. And I will catch you again then. Yeah, cheers, Mark. Well, I'm pretty pleased with that in the end. Stuck with it. Stayed in the pack all the way to the end. Good workout. I think still a little bit of tiredness from yesterday, maybe. Didn't quite have the power in the legs. But good solid workout. Cool. Right. Cheers, guys. Catch you next time.